Fatih. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسولنا محمد سيدنا ولي مدد يا رسول مدد يا سادة أصحاب الرسول أسلم ونشكر الله فضل أحسن شاء الله من الحكاية مدد طريقة والصحبة والخير في الجمعية الله عز وجل وعلى عظيم شان cehennemin ehlinin halini tasvir ediyor.
Allah Almighty describes in the Holy Quran the state of those who are in hellfire.
Dünyada kötü insanların arkasından gidenler,
Allah Almighty thus describes those who in this world follow bad people.
ahirette cehennemde buluşurlar.
Those who are bad and follow bad people will be reunited in the hereafter in hell.
En sonunda gidecekleri yer odur.
Hellfire is the meeting point of those who followed bad people, who were bad people.
Kötü insanlar Allah Azze ve Celle'ye karşı gelene,
Bad people are those who came up and opposed Allah Almighty.
sonu cehennemdir muhakkak.
Without any doubt, the ending of those who opposed Allah Almighty will be hell.
Cehennemde olunca şeylere tabi olan bu Allah Azze ve Celle'ye karşı olan, Allah'a düşman olanlarla beraber cehennemde olurlar.
Those who followed bad people, those who revolted and protested against their Lord Allah Almighty, who opposed Allah Almighty and came up against the orders of Allah Almighty, will meet in the hereafter in hell.
O vakit bunları görürler orada. Bunlar bizi yoldan çıkarttı.
And then when those who followed bad ways meet in the hereafter in hell, they will see each other and then they will blame each other and they will blame them and tell them, you were the ones who made us go astray and who taught us badness.
Bunlar bize yol gösterdi.
They were the ones who showed us the bad way, they will say in hell.
Onların bize bu kadar şey yaptığı için onlar iki misli.
And they will say, they were the ones who led us astray, they shall be punished twice.
Ceza olsun diyor derler. Bunlar bize kötülüğü gösterdi, yolu gösterdi, iyi diye.
They showed us the bad way. They made us go astray, and they told us that what we did was good. Instead, it was bad, and they made us go astray and follow that bad way. May they be punished twice. They will say when they meet in the hereafter and blame each other.
Biz onlara tabi olduk. En sonunda son durağımız cehennem oldu diyor.
And then they will say we followed them, and the result of us following them was now in the hereafter hell.
Cehennem kolay değil.
Hell is not something easy.
Pişmanlık da yaramaz.
Once you are in hell in the hereafter, then things are too late, even though you may regret.
Ceza olarak bunlar iki misli.
And those who end up in hell and see those who showed them those bad ways, they will ask Allah Almighty to have them be punished twice, because they will blame them for themselves being led astray.
Bunlar bizi yoldan çıkarttı. لااله adalluna diyor. Dalalete sürükleyen bunlardır.
The people in hell will thus blame those whom they followed and say, may they be punished twice. They were the ones who made us go astray.
Bunlara cezası iki olsun dedi.
And thus the people in hell will blame those who they followed, because they will say, we followed them and they led us on a bad way, which made us end up in hell. May they be punished twice.
Onlar da der, siz bize tabi oldunuz, bize ne?
But they then will say, we don't care, you were the ones following us.
Yani dünyada adamların peşinde koşturup adamlara yol gösteririz. Eğer biz anlayırız, biz de ilerleyeceğiz, biz her şeyi biliriz.
And that is the ending of those people who end in hellfire. That is the ending of those who followed bad people. And that is the ending of those who led people onto bad ways. And they will blame each other. And none of them will want to be held accountable for the other. During lifetime, they were boasting and claiming so many things. They were saying that we know everything.
Allah yoluna gitmeyin.
And they were telling people throughout their lifetimes, do not follow the way of Allah Almighty.
O bir şey yok, öyle bir şey yok.
And they were telling people, there's no such thing as the way of Allah Almighty throughout lifetimes.
Siz kafanız nasıl çalışır diye.
And they were accusing those who followed the way of Allah Almighty to be mindless people during their lifetimes.
Onları kandırıp en son durak cehennem olur.
Thus they cheated and deceived people during their lives, and now they themselves have ended in hell, and also those who followed them have ended up in hell.
O vakit işte birbirlerine kızarlar, birbirlerine söylerler.
And then in hell they will meet and they will blame each other, they will shout at each other, and they will quarrel with each other.
Ama sevseler de sevmeseler de fark etmez.
But to no avail. It's now too late, regardless, even though they may blame each other and they may quarrel and fight each other in hell, it's too late.
Dünyada Allah Azzevajal'in yolunda gideceksin.
You must follow, while you live in this world, the way of Allah Almighty.
Allah'ın dediği yolda gideceksin.
You must follow the way which Allah Almighty ordered you to follow.
Anam babam bile dese sana bu yolla gitme, onlara iyilikle şey yapma, kötülük bir şey söyleme ama.
Even though your parents or whoever may tell you to not follow the way of Allah Almighty, you shall still follow the way of Allah Almighty. You shall treat your parents with kindness, and you may not say a bad thing against them, but you must not deviate from the way of Allah Almighty, even if your parents told you not to follow the way of Allah Almighty.
Sen Allah yolundan ayrılma. Kim olursa olsun.
It doesn't matter who tells you not to follow the way of Allah Almighty. You must not go astray from the way of Allah Almighty, but you must follow the way of Allah Almighty.
Ne olursa olsun Allah yolundan ayrılma.
Whoever it may be, and whatever that person may be, whoever tells you not to follow the way of Allah Almighty, don't listen to that person, but follow the way of Allah Almighty.
Allah Azze ve Celle her şeyin sahibi odur.
Allah Almighty, He is the owner of everything.
Ondan olan kurtulur.
And those who are with Him, Almighty Allah, will be saved.
Ondan olmayan, ona düşman olan perişan olur.
Those who are not with Allah Almighty, those who have become enemies with Allah Almighty, will be ruined.
Perişanlık, son perişanlık fayda etmez.
They will be ruined and they will regret what they have done, but that regret will then be too late.
İşte onun için dikkat etmek lazım.
Therefore, one needs to be careful.
Sürüyle giderken tehlikelidir.
It is dangerous to blindly follow the flock.
Sürü seni kötü yere sürükleyebilir.
To blindly follow the flock may make you actually go astray.
Onun için dikkat edin.
Therefore, be careful.
Her insana kanmayın.
Don't let yourselves be deceived by just anyone, and don't just follow anyone blindly.
Bu ahir zamanda
We now live in the end of times.
Yalancı,
There are many people who lie.
dolandırıcı
There are many people who cheat.
insanlar çoktur.
And there are many people who deceive.
Sana siyahı beyaz gösterir.
They may show you what is black as white.
Birazcık siyah gösterebilir.
And they may show you what is white as black.
İyi kötü gösterir.
And they may mix up and make you confused so that you no longer can distinguish between what is right and what is wrong.
Kötüyü iyi gösterir.
They may show you what is wrong as right and what is right as wrong.
Onun için Hak Allah Azze ve Celle ile beraber olanlardır.
The truth is to be with Allah Almighty, and truthful are those who are with Allah Almighty.
Onun dışında ona karşı olan hiçbir zaman fayda etmez.
Outside of that, who are against Allah Almighty, will be of no benefit, never,
Hiçbir işe yaramaz.
and they will be of no use.
Allah muhafaza etsin.
May Allah Almighty protect us.
Ümmeti de, insanları da
May Allah Almighty protect the Ummah and all of humanity,
doğru yoldan ayırmasın.
and may we not go astray from the right way.
Ve minallah tevfik. El-Fatiha.